Okay. So, welcome everybody, including those of you in our audience. I'm Molly Nickel, the Publishing Wizard, and today we're going to be working on your manuscript first page. The writers whose work is being evaluated today are members of Submission Central. We have three people here and several more who have submitted their work, and I am going to break my own rule, and we'll go over their work too. I'm going to set it up to where people have to be here to be evaluated. And maybe that doesn't matter. Thank goodness for video, huh? Yeah. Yes. So about first pages, to most writers, this is a non-issue because they'll say, well, gosh, I've already written those. Yeah, you wrote them for the reader, not for the right person. At this stage, your first pages are written for the agent, not the book buyer. Once you are with a publisher, they have a staff of people who will rewrite your first pages, because when folks are thumbing through a physical book or even on Amazon, those first pages make the difference frequently between a sale or a pass. And they have to be crafted as every bit as carefully as the text that's on the back side of the physical book or the promotion material that's created for an ebook. So it's good for you to be aware that your first page has an audience of one. The agent was engaged by your subject line. They opened your email, read your first paragraph, then your second. They wondered, so what's going to happen? Next, they went from the synopsis. They opened the synopsis, and they actually got to read your story beginning to middle to end. And now they're on your first page, which is, of course, where you wanted them all along. They want to know more about not just your story and your protagonist. They want to know if you can tell a story. And I think we're getting Linda. Hey, Linda, glad you're here.
Hey.
So if you're very, very smart, you will have crafted a first page that hooks and holds. You want them to read in at least 300 to 400 words of your manuscript. Because once somebody reads that far, they are bound to keep reading. You've like hooked them. Now, if you don't do this, there'll be that terrible sound, the click, as your submission flies off to Deleteville. So everything you've done to this point is leading up to the first page. Now, it's just really common that writers, and we have some of these issues we'll talk about today, they fall into the trap of gotta. I gotta tell all about the backstory. I gotta set up my protagonist. I gotta tell everything about them. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. Oh my gosh, a lot of pressure, and it's the wrong approach. Instead, keep two words in mind, and these words are really, really important. Tick-tock. The agent who reads your query, who reads your synopsis and is there on your first page, they have decided that you have a project worthy of their attention, that you have a project that may be worthy of publication. So here are some basics about how to begin your first pages. The moment something happens. Something happens that demands the telling of your story. You set the scene, and you can do this in a sentence. You anchor the story in time and place. You reveal your protagonist character. You show that you have a storytelling voice. And you build anticipation, and you evoke curiosity, and everything you want people to ask is, what happens next? Now, your opening text can be really simple. For example, last night at sundown, I heard the cicadas, the bugs that sound like crickets, only bigger. Some people think they bring trouble when they come to town. I don't think that's true. And this is a great line. I think trouble finds its way without any help at all. That is a great line. Those are 4 lines. They build anticipation. They evoke curiosity. they will motivate the agent to turn the page and find out, well, if trouble's coming, what kind of trouble? And who's dead center in its path? Because you know it's this person, it's this voice. This could be a kid, this could be an adult. You have no idea, but you would want to keep reading. Now, I was introduced by Doree to a book called The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. So I went to Amazon. I love the fact that you can look at first pages on Amazon. Doree, since you introduced me to this, why don't you read these three paragraphs, starting right here.
Late in the winter of my 17th year, my mother decided I was depressed, presumably because I never left the house, read the same book over and over, ate infrequently, and devoted quite a bit of my abundant free time to thinking about death. Whenever you read a book, a cancer booklet or website or whatever, they always list depression among the side effects of cancer. Cancer is also a side effect of dying. Almost everything is, really. But my mother decided I needed treatment, so she took me to see my regular doctor, Jim, who agreed I was furtively swimming in paralyzing and totally clinical depression, and therefore my meds should be adjusted, and I should also attend a weekly support group. The support group consisted of rotating cast of characters in various stages of tumor-driven unwellness. Why did the cast rotate? A side effect of dying.
Okay, these are fascinating paragraphs. There's poignancy and sadness. The voice of this teenager is clear. It's obvious at present time. She's depressed, smart, sarcastic, and she just wants to be left alone. But she's not going to be. She's about to join a group which hints at where the story may be going. Now, this anticipation evokes the curiosity factor. I kept reading the sample pages on Amazon because I was interested in the protagonist, her voice, her challenge, and I wanted to see what happens next. One of, I think, humans' most wonderful characteristics is we wonder why. People are naturally curious. If you build this factor into your first pages, you'll be more likely to hook and hold the interest of the agent reading your manuscript. And that's my open. Now, I'm going to stop the video and then start another one. So hang on here.